noisy or somebody doesn't. Plug the ears. 3, 2, 1.
There's a few diehards up here on the top deck with me. Nice. This is definitely, if you're thinking about coming outside, probably this first part of the tour is going to be the time to come outside, because once we make that turn at the end of the day, it's going to get a bit windy. It's a little windy right now, but no matter where you decide to sit, you'll be able to hear me. Like Captain Charlie said, my name is Monique. I'm going to be a tour guide for the next hour. The ferry passengers over to the left or port side of the vessel over to the Kitsap Peninsula. And along the way, we talk a lot about the central waterfront region, which is the area I'm going to be talking about. That's going to be easier to see. You can actually visit the Seattle Aquarium. Over to our right hand side, the Seattle Aquarium is this green building with the white trimmed windows here. This is Pier 59. The Seattle Aquarium is undergoing some renovations and some expansions. If you walked along the waterfront, you might have noticed a lot of construction. And just behind the aquarium, in just a few seconds here, you can see a very large kind of world. And they can be found here in the waters of Elliott Bay, but they can be tricky to see in our waters. You can definitely check them out at the aquarium though. In addition to that, sea otters can be seen in the aquarium as well. The cutest animals on the planet. They have some of the most fur of any animal, which helps keep them warm. In addition to that, seabirds in the aquarium. And the pavilion, you can now see that. I mentioned it earlier, that's that circular building with that window. It's that kind of green and glass building with that slanted balcony. And if you scan right, you'll see a mural of a woman's face on that hotel. That whole area in between those two destinations there, that is the backside of Pike Place Market. So Pike Place Market, definitely worth visiting while you're here in Seattle. It is the oldest particular farmers market in the country. It's been around since the 1800s. It's actually created for farmers to sell their produce, fruits and vegetables, and that still happens to this day. So you can go up there, you can find a great place to check them out. And it doesn't matter how much you check it out, it's like a bakery and a fun options there. Now this whole series of buildings that we have on the right here is actually our first cruise terminal. You might be wondering when cruise ships are. Well, they won't be here for another couple months. Our cruise season starts about mid-April here in Seattle. The reason why most of those cruises are heading up to Alaska. Some are in the quiet time. Empty spot every year. Because we always went every year. Fish alive until they can figure out what to do with it. And the more adventuresome people tried to clean it in that little tiny bucket. Now you can imagine that housekeeping was not a fan, as they would go in and clean the rooms and they would find all kinds of